if I do fart, I'll get up and go fart over there in the corner.
Oh, you're gross, man. You are farting.
I did not fart.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
I like that this is a fight.
I'll get up and I'll go fart. It's at your backpack over there. There's a fart in your backpack.
Megatron must be stopped, no matter the cost.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Autopod Decepticast. This is your weekly podcast that delivers a minute-by-minute breakdown of the 1986 Transformers movie. I'm your host, Aaron, and with me are two guys, who just fucking killed it at TFCon Chicago here recently. We haven't recorded in so long, and we're going to be behind the times pop culturally, but we should talk about TFCon. We went there.
Yeah.
Did you want to introduce us first, or
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm Ryan.
Hi,
You
I'm
don't have
Caleb.
an intro?
That was it?
Oh, good.
Yes, we did crush it. I'm Caleb.
Crushing Caleb.
Conference crushing Caleb.
Alliterative. It was actually really great. I've said this to a bunch of people that I wish we kind of would have had something on Friday instead of Sunday, which obviously I understand why we were on Sunday, but because I spent so much time being nervous and worried about our performance that it took a little bit away from enjoying the con, and then whenever we got up there and did it, it went off flawlessly and was wonderful, and there were tons of people there.
Yeah. I don't know that I'll ever, if we were to do this again, I don't think I'd have any nerves.
No, me neither.
Like, it would be smooth as ice.
It's nice playing music as much as I have. Mm-hmm. I don't particularly get nervous in front of people.
Yeah, as much as Ryan and I were talking about it, I did note that Caleb has never said he's nervous at all, ever.
It wasn't really about being I'm not nervous being in front of people. I was just worried how our timing was going to be, and if the show was everything was.
I was nervous about those things, but I was nervous about being in front of people. I guess as an extension of it.
But you had you stuck to your that's why you had such a hardcore script.
Well, I had a script, but I had it basically memorized, so I had I had the freedom to improvise. Pretty well.
I would have liked to have interjected some funny stuff more, but I think being in that environment I wasn't used to doing that.
I would have liked I would have liked to inject some funny stuff, but I didn't have anything.
Well, it wasn't.
He remembered some. He remembered his gag about Carly being in the next round.
Yeah, but I don't know how that went over. But
if it didn't go over, it was my fault. I didn't catch that lob as well as I should have.
No, it's okay. I think also that if we weren't constricted to an hour, I think I would have felt more comfortable in like going down rabbit holes, but I didn't want.
You knew that we were tight on time.
Yeah, so I was a lot more reserved.
If we would have had that sweet Friday Flint Dille slot, where he talked for 7 hours about 5 Faces of Darkness.
Well,
episode 2.
He's got a bit more clout than we do.
Does he?
Yeah.
You don't think we're at his level?
I bet you we put more thought into this movie than he did. Seriously, I mean, think about man hours. We've put a minimum of 80-something man hours. That's 2 full working weeks.
Yeah,
and that doesn't even include the research and other things.
I know.
It's possible we are on par for people who put the most time into.
I don't know.
Movie.
He told a story about writing his version of the script with a buddy of it, or a friend of his, and the way he described it, it sounded like they were just up for 4 days on cocaine and booze.
It always has to be
script.
Cocaine and booze.
It was the 80s.
Can they not be up?
And it's LA.
Can they not? Well,
you telling me Flint Dille didn't do cocaine?
The Autopod Decepticast does not take a position on Flint Dille's use of illicit substances.
If you, listeners, if you haven't seen the video I made about our time at TFCon, go to YouTube and it's search it. You can search Ryan Jet Transformers. I'm sure it'll come up. But anyway, it's I did end up meeting Flint Dille and in a bathroom,
doing cocaine.
It was Friday night, or was it Saturday night? I don't know. I can't remember if it was Friday night or Saturday night.
Let me set it up a little bit.
Okay, go ahead.
So it's Saturday. No.
Saturday.
Nobody can remember.
Yeah, it's Saturday evening.
It had to be Saturday.
Yeah.
It was the day
So
before.
anyway,
Oh, yeah, 'cause
we got tanked. We all said
we're at the
we
bar.
gonna-
We're at the bar, and
We all said we weren't going to get tanked.
Yeah.
Well, I certainly got tanked.
Oh, I did.
I was okay, but Ryan disappears for a while, and then he comes back and he goes, "I just interviewed Flint Dille," and I was like, "What?"
What said the liar?
Yeah, so
I didn't find out till the next day.
yeah.
Because you were holding court
holding
at
a
the
court,
bar.
yeah.
You had a gaggle of people
Yeah.
around you, and you were like, "Let me tell you about the transfers."
It was probably about that interesting and articulate as well.
Oh, you held their attention.
I don't even know. I don't remember anything.
I have gaps.
I know I have some reasonable assessments of who I talked to, but I don't remember what we talked about.
Sure.
It was like this.
Evangelists. I called Evangelist on purpose. Like I know his shit, and I was like, I was just wanting to chat with him.
Diecast was one of those.
Diecast,
That's right.
and Matt. Yeah, he was. On
Anyway,
That's who we were hanging out with. We had Mike Seibert there, and also
Mm-hmm.
Michael Andrews. So it was a good time. So anyway, Ryan comes back. He's like, "I just interviewed Flint Dille."
I was gone for like 30 minutes because my girlfriend texted me, "Are you okay?" And what had happened is, I wandered back over to the area where the conference was being Anyway, where the convention was being held, and it was shut down at that time, but there were bathrooms over there. And then I went in the bathroom, and Flint Dille, if you've ever heard him, has a very distinctive voice. And I heard him on the phone in the bathroom, and I'm like, I think that's Flint Dille. And so after
What was he talking about on the phone? Was he on the pod or on in the urinal?
he was at the urinal. I don't know why that's important.
It is an important detail.
He's on the phone.
You have to know, as a listener, if you're talking to a post-piss or post-shit Flint Dille.
Yeah.
He emptied the tank,
Because your
whatever
state
it
of
was.
mind is very different depending on how it's going. But anyway.
Well, so I didn't corner him in the bathroom like a creep, but he went out, and
you were stalking him like a
I
creep.
kind of a little bit. I went out after him, and I'm like, we're the only two of the people in the hallway, and I'm like, I'm sorry, pardon me, are you Flint Dille? And
Which
he's
is a
like,
dumb question.
Yeah, but what else? How else am I going to open?
Hey, Flint Dille.
Look, my dick's still out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's on you.
That's aggressive.
That's your. That's. I think our style would have worked. No dick.
So I walk out there, and he's like, yeah, and he was really nice and like affable and like really friendly, and like started talking to me, and who I believe to be his significant other came up, and he was like, yeah, these guys have a podcast, and they're gonna be able to do a presentation on Sunday, and she did not care, but then he was like, hey, come over here and we'll talk for a little bit. So he took me around, and we sat down.
Took you into his room.
No, we went up to the registration area where where people registered, and it was
So
obviously
he could get
empty.
his room key.
And we sat down just out
ahead.
there in the hallway and talked for like 15 minutes. There was some dude who came by who like started talking to him too, and I was like,
Butted
get away,
it.
dude.
Butted
But
it
then
in.
also I'm just dude who just cornered him.
Right.
But he sat there and talked to me for like 15 minutes, and I rolled tape on it, but forgot to ask him for permission to
Yeah.
do it. So I don't remember the interview, and I re-listened to it, but don't remember what it was either, and I don't know if it's even interesting.
I've listened to it.
How is it?
We all listened to it
Yeah.
in the hotel.
I know, but I
room.
was drunk the second time I listened to it.
So
I will tell you, it's not great.
No, it's not.
And it's not worth sharing with the public.
But I will disagree. I think that it should be shared with the public because it's funny. The funny thing in my
I'm an
opinion
investigative journalist.
is, the funny thing I think about it is he.
Well, it's not like he said anything controversial.
No,
he said what he says.
No, but the problem with the problem with the conversation is that there's some
quality.
There's somebody from the staff that's vacuuming
Yes.
behind you.
A
And
good 75% of the time.
So you can hear him talking.
We actually had to move so they could clean the area.
It didn't help. They caught up to
you.
you.
You can hear them getting closer to you while you're talking to him. And then there is parts where stuff he's talking about is it's fairly mundane for the purposes of an interview. I mean, it's just casual conversation. But I think it would be. I don't know if we'll ever be able to play it because we should probably get his permission. But
Yes.
I will say.
But hang on, pause. Flint Dille, I'm sorry, we have a secret recording of you.
That's what we
we're those
tweeted.
guys, I guess.
But I think.
Fuck.
I don't know. It's pretty funny though.
This is we're ruined.
No,
We're ruined.
I think he'd find it funny that someone's trying to talk to him and is excited to have it like kind of captured on audio, and there's like this vacuum cleaner running behind it.
He is the main character of the story that you guys told.
It's really funny.
And then Caleb, talk about what happened with the con.
Oh, well, it's hard to do it without a visual, but anyway, we were wondering if Flint Dille would come in to see us the
Yeah,
next day.
because I told him to come see it.
Yeah, and he seemed pretty enthusiastic about it. But we're sitting there, and I just happened to look.
While we're doing our presentation.
While we're doing a presentation, we're up on stage, and I just happened to look up and look at the back of the conference room at the door, for the exit out into the hallway, and I look up, and I just right at that moment, Flint Dille walks right by, and he's just looking into the conference room, smiling, but never stops stride.
Smiling like I'm not gonna go in there.
It's like yeah, and that was it. And
I mean, I'm sure he'd had enough by that point. It was Sunday afternoon. He's going to come sit and watch something bullshit.
I'm impressed. I obviously don't know who this guy is before this podcast, and I sat through a couple of his panels, and he's
great.
He seems like a guy who just gives and gives and gives. And
Absolutely, like
genuine and. Yeah, I was willing to talk to drunk Ryan on a Saturday night.
I was very drunk.
The thing that, people love him, and I'm sure that it's just going through the motions for him. But he has a manner, he's not a nerdy guy. He's not.
No.
I wouldn't
He's
I have a
almost
hard time
like
understanding. He's just not a dorko. In fact, most of the creators aren't.
He's kind of
total dorkos.
He's kind of like the cool college professor.
Yeah, that's a good way of describing him.
Yeah.
I think he does care. Why else would he do this? He seems to really love interacting with people.
What I mean, though, is that he doesn't prepare. Okay, to your point. Okay, maybe going through the motions isn't the right way to put it, because that insinuates he really doesn't care.
Yeah.
I'm saying he's not putting any time in.
He's not phoning it in.
He's not phoning it in, but he's also not working it. He's
kind of like me with this show.
A little bit.
Flint Dille is the you of the Transformers universe.
He is. I will say, meeting him, the way they say this, the Nerdist has said this about Tom Hanks. Meeting Flint Dille, he's exactly the way you'd want him to be.
Yep. Yeah. And so I argue that at some point maybe we should try to air some of that audio.
I'm gonna tweet at him.
Why don't we
or
just get a real interview with him? How about that?
No, I mean,
no. I want to play the Lost Dille tapes.
No, all I'm trying to, yes, of course it'd be awesome to get an interview with him, but all I'm trying to say is it would be funny. I think the audience would love to hear your attempt at an interview with
Okay, that is annoying me.
Yeah.
That is actively annoying me.
That is what was the interview was.
It's
That's
not that
annoying,
bad.
That's how annoying the interview is.
I didn't find the
Because
vacuuming that annoying.
Well,
I find it hilarious.
I'm telling you that.
Anyway.
But when we interview him, we should have a vacuum going.
I think it would be funny to do that again.
And maybe
for me, it's not about it's not about getting an interview with Flint. It's just about this joke that I'm perpetuating. I will say this: I was impressed that, and I'm really glad that you actually got to have a one-on-one conversation with
It was
Flint Dille.
amazing.
That's really cool.
Recording aside,
you of
just
all
getting,
people.
Of all people.
Of all people.
What does that mean?
It just means that you're kind of a little turtle.
I'm proud of you.
shell.
I'm proud of you guys. Aaron,
Turtle
you were talking to Flint Dille. Aaron was holding court with the other podcasters. I was hanging out with Mike.
I'm looking like a fool.
I was talking to Mike Seibert, Michael Andrews, having a good time with them. It was a good night.
Yeah, the whole thing.
I wish
was
I'd
great.
have diversified a little bit more, but anyway, because I was having so much fun. I didn't
was
want that
good.
night to end.
It was
Saturday night,
it was a very the whole trip.
the bar closed. That was the problem.
It was a successful trip. We achieved what we wanted to achieve, and then some. I think it exceeded our expectations.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
It's definitely a unique experience. You guys have been to there was a Springfield sort of 80s con or something like that. Would you? Is that comparable?
Not
this is my first
at
con
all.
of any sort of.
No, this was a bigger deal, but that was a different deal. That was It was more of 80s pop culture. It was just I wouldn't say it was. There was probably less people there, maybe, but it was just a different deal altogether.
Right,
I don't think they're not really comparable.
There are nerd cons that show up around here, I think, and Branson has some sort of, and I don't even actually know what it is.
Hold on, did we thank Mike Seibert
Holy fuck!
for like being there, flying to Chicago, being there every step of the way, helping us out as our MC in the audience, letting us use his room for rehearsal, being very kind to us, very gracious.
Participating at a very eager and positive level.
Yeah,
like,
no, it was awesome.
He was, what does they call it? GGG?
Yeah.
He was GGG.
And
Game good.
German Goo Girls?
And
not everything that happened in that hotel room was videotaped.
That's right. We'll post stuff and we might get like 5 shares. He posts stuff and mentions us and he gets like 40 shares.
Absolutely.
40
So
retweets.
Like Flint Dille, meeting Mike Seibert in person was everything you would hope it would be.
Yeah, he's great. We were glad to finally meet him in person. And you know, how did we return the favor? We never recorded with him.
I know. We wanted it. Well,
we were supposed
it wasn't
to do
just a favor to him. It would have been fun to do.
We were supposed to do an afterglow, and it just didn't work out. One thing led to another, but we're going to record more with him. He's awesome. Everybody, please check out Mike Seibert Radio.
He was great. He had great feedback. And it was just fun working with him.
Yeah,
it was fun working with him.
So thank you very much, Mike, and everybody. Please check him out. We'll plug him on the social media when we put this episode up. Also, one of our longtime listeners, Michael Andrews.
Hung out with him.
You've heard us refer to him in the past as Pizza Toss Mike.
He's the father of the Ghost of the Iconic Moment.
He is, and Ultra Mike-ness is he originally is Ultra Mike-ness. We have a habit of attributing
original Ultra Mike-ness.
We've had a habit of taking his stuff and attributing it to the wrong people. But he was great to meet in person. He is also an author and gave us a book to read called The Story of Mage.
So that is, I want to pause for a second because I want to give that due respect. That is it's called Coming of Mage.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
That is one of the best book titles I've ever heard.
It's pretty great.
That is a great title. I don't know. I'm sorry. I just spit all over Caleb's notes. I'm really sorry about that. I know it's gross, and I know my mouth is just like trash right now.
Aaron stayed up until like 4:00 in the morning.
Last night was Melody's.
But let's hold on.
Melody and Jennifer. They're my wife and her sister. They're identical twins. And it's their 40th birthday party.
Yep.
You had to.
It was great.
You had to mix that shit.
No, it was good. It was a good fun party.
It was fun.
I went to bed earlier than these guys did, but we're here in the morning. We're here this morning, and we're doing it. And
I gotta tell you.
So there's the answer to why this is so rambly.
Yeah, no,
I gotta tell you, Caleb. Hey, you know what? We got nothing to do. We're talking about the credits. We gotta beef up this tent.
No, and we haven't talked in a while, so it's nice to recap.
Yeah, we haven't
everything.
recorded in a long time.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm not saying it's because you left, but after you left,
things got
that
better.
Party got fucking lit. we played Flip Cup for a goddamn hour and beer pong. And you know who the best Flip Cup player was? It was a tiny little girl named Ruby.
To be clear, she was not drinking beer. She had Dr. Pepper.
She if she was north of 8, I would be surprised to hear it. She's a very tiny little person, tiny little child. And
with a broken arm.
With a broken arm. And she fucking flipped all the cups, dude. Like every time she was up, it was fun watching her because every time she would get it over, all of it, the whole crowd would just explode. Like it was. I mean, we would do that anyway, but anyway, it was just really fun. It was a lot of just good vibes and good feelings, and playing those stupid college drinking games is still fun as an adult. There's no reason to stop playing stupid. Stick with the basics. Don't go with the really complicated.
I'm fairly good at beer pong because I play that game at Incredible Pizza all the time to win, and I can consistently win Carolina 30 tickets.
You can play beer pong.
First of all, let's context. Incredible Pizza is a Dave and Buster's local pizza concept that also has go-karts and video games.
And
but they don't have beer pong, and they have no beer in it.
They don't serve alcohol.
It's just the game. It's just Pong, like the same game. What beer pong is one of
I
the games.
I want to have a couple quick recollections from me about the con. So I bumped into a great group of people in the lobby. They're called the Realm of Collectors. Did you guys meet these guys?
No.
Have you met them, Caleb?
Nope.
It's a group of collectors called the Realm of Collectors, and I don't know what their objective is, why they exist, other than to just be good people that have collections of Transformers and put it out there. They're basically a Transformers collector.
Are they like the Guardian Angels back in New York?
They're kind of like the Guardian Angels of the Transformers world, as I see it seriously, because they're always wearing karate outfits.
Okay.
Really?
No, they aren't really.
Oh, yeah, you got me really excited for a second.
but
I want the Realm of Collectors
But no,
to
I do think they
run
are
security
like
for
that.
us at our next conference.
But I do feel like they are like that because I feel like
Dog.
I feel like they are sort of, if you get on message boards, it can get really weird and heated. If these guys feel like they're there to be the reasonable voice.
Okay.
Of the fan.
Well, that's fun.
They were very nice to me and Melody. Wandered drunkenly, especially me, into the lobby, and we hung out with them for probably an hour.
Wow.
And basically, but I think the Facebook group is about 2,000 strong.
Wow.
And it's if not more. Sorry if I'm understating that, but just this group of people, and they've built up I don't even know how this happens. Like, I don't understand the logistics of building up a community like this, but it's just an independent community of Transformers fans.
and they can be found on Facebook.
And they can be found on Facebook. You have to answer some questions and get accepted into the group. I don't know if that's how most groups are, because I'm just not on groups. I'm not an
There's some
online
vetting.
guy.
You got some vetting.
So anyway, shout out to those guys. Shout out to Transmissions, WTF at TFW, Radio Free Cybertron, and Steel City Bots. Caleb got mad at me. We had one of a classic passive aggressive exchange.
Text fight?
It wasn't even via text. Caleb was trying to be the nice VP of social media that he is. And he did a nice shout out on Twitter after and posted the picture of the podcasters panel.
Ryan put it out and thanked Transmissions.
Oh, that was Ryan.
Yes.
It was on my personal account.
And then I came in and said, "Oh, and also thank you to these guys, these guys,
Right,
these guys,
right,
and
right,
these
right.
guys." And then you.
But we had a text exchange beforehand, and you were trying to get everything right because you wanted to do your diligence.
Yes.
And you did your diligence.
I did.
And anyway, and so what happened next?
Well,
Go
you
on.
came in and were like poo-pooed all over it. You were like, "Well, it looks like there's three people are running our Twitter page." You like criticized it from your own Twitter profile, and I was like, "Well, shit, I was trying to do something genuine here." And
Oh no, yeah, it was I took it as like we somehow forgot. Well, basically, we didn't name drop. What was it? Oh, WTF at TFW because you name drop Vangelis, but Aaron, the
I don't
other
know.
cat,
I was trying to-
the other cat from there. No, I know.
I don't know these people.
Yeah, no, I hear you. No, that's
Trying.
But that was me. I think I was sort of self-consciously trying to be like. Exactly. I was being self-deprecating when I did that, and but you took it very seriously and legit from the Autopod Decepticast Twitter page. He blocked me.
Well, here's
I didn't know any of this.
That's how mad you got.
Well, because here's I wish I had it in front of me, but so I let that go. The first comment, but you came in again.
No, I don't think so.
Yes, you did.
You did.
I think I made one comment, and then you were like, block.
You made two
comments.
I saw this, but I didn't realize there was a fight about it.
Well,
I didn't read it that way.
You came in a second time. We're gonna have to find this.
Yeah, we're gonna have to scroll it. But anyway,
This is gonna be fun to edit.
anyway, so
You came in and said you came in as yourself again and like said, but
dressing. I was trying to be funny.
I know, and it's
That's
fine.
it.
Now.
I
Everything's fine.
wasn't criticizing you.
Guys, it's about. Shouldn't we have like a sarcasm font? Am I right?
Yeah.
Are you? I think on Reddit they do have a thing where they do like /s means you're being sarcastic.
Oh,
like
you
it's
said
a visual identifier.
What do you call it when? Yeah, you said. Sounds like Autopod Decepticast is gonna get shunned.
yeah.
And I said, sounds like sounds like you're going to get blocked. And I blocked your ass.
and I thought it was like,
That's hilarious.
Yeah, see, that was
it
Also-
really happened. And so I went in because I obviously had the
Right,
password
right.
to the Autopod Decepticast Twitter, and I unblocked
I knew-
myself.
I
And
knew
was
you
like-
could-
and I was just like, why did you do this?
I knew you could unblock
It's
yourself.
pretty funny, to be honest. That's
Yeah,
pretty
you have to
funny.
put it in context.
It's like putting a pebble in somebody's shoe.
No, it's just the way you said it is like you were outside of the, like, yeah. Anyway, it's water under the bridge, and it was funny if you read it. It was fine. It did raise some eyebrows, I think, from those guys.
Matt from RFC, Miguel from Steel City Bots, Evangelist Diecast, Jeremy, Daryl was day 1, Jeremy was day 2, and I'm sure I was stanking on day 2. Or day 3, I guess, yeah, the final podcasters panel. Caleb was very kind to let me know that I had halitosis on the day that we were.
I shouldn't have mentioned it because you were obsessed
doing
about
our
it
panel.
all
Yeah.
day.
I knew you should have mentioned it. I don't want a gutter mouth. I'm like I went to the hotel convenience store. I bought toothpaste, toothbrush, and dental floss, and I fucking ground down on that shit because I didn't want to walk around meeting people being like. Bleh.
I'll be honest. Even after you did all that, your breath
Didn't
still
help.
stank. But I didn't want to say
It probably
it.
stinks right now. Eric from Steel City Bots. Of course, Aaron from Radio Free Sean. Hey, Caleb, you were there on the podcasters panel as well. Did you have a fun time up there?
I did. I felt a little bit inadequate because I probably knew the least about Transformers up there.
Yeah, me too. I didn't feel adequate.
But
I watched about 10 minutes of that and then left.
It was fun. I like those guys that they're really immediately they were into ball busting and carrying on and having a dialogue. And I think I did okay. I didn't say a lot, but very welcome community, and I really appreciate them encouraging us to be up there and hanging out with them.
It kind of made me want to play that card game. Like they were so into it, and I've actually listened to a couple other podcasts of other people talking about that card game, and it seems like it's a lot of fun. But I've never played any card game, so I feel like it'd be hard to get like up to speed on the mechanics of how those games work. But
I would love to go over to
just tour.
Well, I'd love to go over to
TF Nation.
TF Nation, and I think that would be very well received. And we do have listeners over there. And
For sure.
I mean,
Active.
Obviously,
Very
that would be a
vocal
huge
listeners.
expense and time that I don't have right now. But I think it would be awesome to take our presentation and take it over there someday. It would be awesome.
We should do that.
And it would be.
Why don't we talk? I've never been to Great Britain.
Oh, it's awesome.
Ryan Jett has.
I
guess
have been
both
a
of you
couple of
have.
times, yeah.
All right, well, fucking
Also,
good for you.
Chicago was financially problematic for me, so I don't know if
Any
we need
more
to
than
talk.
Great Britain would be. That's not your point.
My point is I don't have
No
any
LA.
money.
He
doesn't have
I'm
any
broke.
money. He's
I have no money.
Ryan is broke.
My car is. I have to put a half a bottle of antifreeze in it every day because it leaks coolant onto the engine.
Yeah, and so we need to fix that.
We should, sure.
Yeah.
I'll
We just
talk
need
to
to
them.
ask. I know that there's a lot of people out there that are concerned about the quick turnaround of TF in
Shy to LA.
LA because that's in March, and
Just if for anybody that doesn't know, at the conference they announced the next year's date and locale, and they announced it was Los Angeles.
Yeah, Burbank. Yeah.
Like right outside the airport in March or April. March. Like, fuck.
And they're calling and for our purposes, they're calling it a G1 reunion.
I know.
And I'm like,
that's
fuck.
a bummer.
And California will be nice, and who knows who's going to show up at that? But I'm just like, I can't.
No, I can't eat.
I can't justify it. Yeah. I know some people can, and that's awesome, but that's the one I would really love to go to.
It's also because like a lot of the bigger names are presumably live in
there.
LA. So
Well, how about this? How about maybe perhaps the listeners can help us out and buy some of our products.
Good
Sorry,
plug.
This is a transition. But seriously, if you'd like us to go out to TFCon in Los Angeles in March, why don't
or
you?
even if they don't want us to, we have merch available.
One way or another, you've been getting free shit for long enough. It's time to pay the goddamn piper. And I'll tell you what, we have developed a couple of products. We got a store running. We've been talking about it. We've been like kind of
Finally.
beating around the bush a
Just
little
in
bit.
time for this to end.
Yeah, I know. The timing is just moi. But at any rate, if you've heard of the internet, you should definitely get on it because let me tell you,
I would be impressed that they're somehow listening to this
Without the
not
internet?
on the internet.
I mean, the very technology makes this possible.
Are we not on the radio?
But
What is this?
no, we got picked up by National Public Radio. Actually, we're
Excellent.
played
NPR
in most
would
markets
love
on most markets
After
on
Dark.
Sundays
Yeah.
at like 9:30 a.m. It's a great slot. It's the perfect NPR Sunday slot. But so we got a store. It's live, and you should go to that store. You should let's see.
What do we got? What do we got?
We
on
got a
there?
couple products. Let's start with the, dare I say, world famous
Worldwide.
Autobot recruitment poster in the style of Uncle Sam's
World War One.
It goes back to World
It's
War
Veterans Day.
Yeah. By the way, we are recording on Veterans Day. Happy
and
Veterans-
publishing.
Yeah.
This is the
I don't
quickest
think
turnaround
so.
of any recording.
I don't think so.
Oh, we're
we
not
talked
publishing
about
today?
this. I have
Uh-oh.
to go to my mother's birthday
This
tonight.
is the 100th. This is the 100th anniversary of end of World War One.
Yes.
There we go. All right.
So at any rate,
Product.
illustrated by the one and only Ryan Jett, we have
There is an
the
MMA fighter
cup
named Ryan
poster.
Jett.
There's also
Not that
there's also
guy.
a male porn star named Caleb
And
Carter.
a murderer named Ryan Jett.
Yeah.
So at any rate, that poster is $15, and that is a paltry plus shipping. That doesn't include
Yeah,
shipping.
and
don't
it's-
don't act like you're gonna get off without paying a couple.
I
of
like
bucks.
the aggressive stance we're taking.
Secondly, there is Autopod Decepticast Pin Series number 1. Yes, we've taken a cue from Hot Topic.
That's right.
We got ourselves a fancy little pin collection.
It's awesome.
If you like our podcast and you like Transformers the movie, this is the perfect thing to buy because you get to recollect your favorite moments of the movie, but through the lens.
That's right.
The twisted, broken mirror lens of the Autopod Decepticast.
Should I have I should have put an audio up there of telephones ringing in the background.
Certainly a vacuum. So at any rate, these pins are illustrated by none other than Mr. Ryan Jett, but also, who is this Aaron Thweet fellow? That's me.
Yep.
I did some of this work. So at any
Yeah,
rate,
it's very quality.
Holy
Quality.
shit.
It is quality.
yeah. So visit the website, get yourself something, help us pay for this goddamn website.
Christmas is coming up. They make great gifts.
They
do.
To nobody but yourself. It's
Get yourself a gift.
It's a gift that you're going to put in your own stocking.
Go get it Black
Let's just
Friday
be
on our
real about
website,
it.
autopoddecepticast.com store.
But the website's not cheap. I'm just going to say that. and
This is the worst pitch
and
ever.
also LA, man. Wouldn't it be great if we could pay for our way to LA
If
via posters and buttons that you get to keep and enjoy?
it would be awesome.
Sure.
But it's not, we're not holding our breath. No, don't feel bad about it.
No. Buy our stuff. I wonder if. All right. One more thing. So I managed to. Speaking of people that might be there, I actually successfully corresponded via email with Ron Friedman.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, this is a great tale.
Yeah.
Please.
I got his.
Caleb, please proceed.
Yeah. I can't tell if this is.
No, I'm serious.
Okay. I got his email address. I sent him an email. I was wanting to see if we could get a copy of his manuscript. I Killed Optimus Prime. And
Which described that. So, well, you sent the email off, but he gave a whole description about, and not to get too much into the telling tales out of school side of it, but it sounded like I wasn't sure if the book was published, but basically
not.
he's selling the manuscript. Is that kind of what it was? Was it a personal
Unclear.
thing? Was it a personal thing? Like, I'll sell it to you guys, or was it like the manuscript's available to anybody who will give me whatever? How much money did he ask for?
$30.
$30.
Via,
I think he got scammed by Ron Friedman.
via PayPal.
Is Ron Friedman
said-
a Nigerian prince?
Nope, no. He responded. It was a very nice response. But he said, send me $30. I'll send you the manuscript.
It's like a hostage
but
situation.
I can't tell. I can't tell if it's like if he will send it if my money is helping him raise money to publish it and then he'll send it, or if he
Like,
will,
is it an Indiegogo situation where you get it
It's
when it's
un-
made.
yeah, it's
or is he
unclear.
going to send you a bound, like in the 3-ring binder?
He's saying it's
sort
a
of-
bound manuscript that's signed, and there's also he's sending a picture of him with Stan Lee in there.
Well, either way, Ron Friedman, you've got our money, or at least,
I don't want to
Caleb's.
hate. I don't want to hate. I don't want to.
I just want the world to know that Ron Friedman has our money.
Oh God.
Well, he does, and I'm that's fine with me. He deserves our money, but I'm just kind of waiting to see if his manuscript will show up in my mailbox.
Yeah.
And it's exciting, and
You just get to knock at the door and he hands it to you.
that would be so awesome,
He asks if he can sleep on your couch.
dude. If he shows up, I'm immediately driving him up here to hang out and record with us. But he was really nice to respond.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
So we'll see. But what would be awesome is if he ended up. I mean, he seems like he would be a prime candidate to be at the TFCon in LA in March.
For sure. If he was gonna be on it, I don't know if there's a way I could not go. All right, well that's another
I
conversation.
know.
And actually,
We'd have to raise money for Ryan.
It's true.
Somebody buy me a car.
Hey, isn't
You're
there?
not driving out
I
there.
think there.
I
might
know.
Be,
I just need a car.
He just
I
needs
think
a
there
car.
might be a one-way LA from Branson, maybe.
Well,
I know there's
Allegiant-
definitely one from Northwest Arkansas.
Allegiant flies to LA and it's
From Springfield.
Yeah.
Oh well, shit.
So
Well, that's
it's
part of
cheap.
it. That's part of it. Okay, well, we'll keep talking.
Yeah.
Hey, listener, maybe you've just heard the good word about Autopod Decepticast, and you're excited to jump on this locomotive and let it take you wherever it may be going. But starting with this very episode, this is like hopping on a train, or dare I say, Astro Train. And,
Jettison some weight.
It's like hopping on a vacuum cleaner.
and this is the stop right before going off the cliff.
Oh.
Back to the Future 3 style. Too many references in there.
Wow.
This, I beg of you, you need to stop what you're doing and go back to episode 0. I already did the Digital Underground reference,
All right,
Caleb.
good. I got it. You saw me cross my arms.
I did
You
that in a previous
immediately saw
episode.
you get
No, I
concerned
just
about it.
wanted you to know that I wasn't letting that opportunity go, or I am letting it go purposefully.
Okay.
But I am about to ruin.
Wow.
But we're in the credits. We've been covering this movie minute by minute for this will be the 84th minute, and
This is taking
there's
us
a lot
year
of
and a half.
there's a lot of the general content is we're watching something on screen happening right now. We're covering the credits section, and I behoove you. I mean, don't get me wrong. I feel like this is great stuff, guys, but I behoove you to go back to the beginning and listen. Start with episode 01. Yeah, anything but this. Basically, this is a formality. The fact that we've been
What's
talking
he
to
talking about?
before we finish ourselves off, not in a good way.
I don't know where this is going at all.
But before we finish this movie off, as the last credit floats to the top of the screen, that's what we're covering right now. And I'm just saying, go back and listen to more of it.
We're almost done.
So go back to
this.
1. Our Christmas episode, number 41. Guys, do you have a favorite episode other than that?
That's a pretty good one. That's
That's a classic.
Our most popular episode according to iTunes is number 8.
Really? That's probably a terrible
Sorted
one.
by popularity.
What was that one?
I thought I pulled it up, but I'll tell you, those early episodes, those are McGruff the crime dog.
They're a little rough.
They're great.
We gotta polish those edges.
But definitely we found a voice. But anyway, I mean, that's the point of art, I guess, is art like this to develop.
Yeah.
But I don't want you to feel
It's a
unwell.
long walk to get to this start of this episode.
It really is. At any rate, okay, we'll get into it. Last episode recap.
Yeah, wow. We're an
We've
hour
been
in.
recording for an hour.
That's okay.
Hey man, we can do whatever the fuck we
man.
want. This is our podcast.
It's true.
We make the goddamn rules.
As long as I'm done by 12:30, we're good.
So we had we talked about animation direction, we talked about story consultation, editing of all disciplines, recorders, mixers. Is it pronounced Toei or Toei or
Don't know.
But those people and their producers and the key animation and checkers. I put key animation at the top of this minute, but we already covered that. And
I covered a little again.
It
in
sounded
brief.
like you guys had more
Little bit.
on that. So get into it. There was a lot of those key animators.
I have a little more, but I'm gonna bring
Do
it.
it.
I'm gonna bring it in when it's my segment.
You do.
Okay, so like Aaron, as you mentioned in our last episode, key animators are the ones that draw the quote-unquote major cells. They're like the bookends, the ones with more detail, the beginning and end, where the pose and expression are the most important, and then action occurs faster in between, which is where we get in the next section of the in-between animators. But there... Yes, Caleb?
I want to interject on the in-between animation checkers, it says there.
Yeah.
At first, I thought maybe that those are people that, and I thought they play checkers on their break.
I'm not going to give it to you.
In-between animation checkers.
No. That is
let's play
the worst dad joke
in-between
ever.
animation
It's
checkers.
not the worst dad joke. I'll tell you. I don't know if I told you this, Aaron. I think I did. Last night, when we were getting ready, West and I, to come over to the party, she was talking about using Shea butter, and I said, "Hey, you should try this new thing I found, Shea Guevara butter. It's revolutionary." That's a great joke.
Great dad joke.
Yeah.
There is no denying.
Nobody take that. Actually, tell your friends.
But Caleb's dad joke that he just made, though, it wasn't even really a joke. It was just just a terrible pun.
Well, mine was a pun too.
I thought it was pretty funny. I laughed at it.
I like to picture it like that's just their job on this movie.
Well, no, it's just like when they're not animating, they're playing in between animating. They're playing checkers, in between animation checkers. They call it that.
Listener, vote this out on Twitter.
Listener, are you listening? Is anyone still here? We had an issue with our RSS thing on Squarespace and can't tell if anybody's listening or not.
No, we did get it validated.
That's true. That's true. It's an error.
The reporting, the analytics are fucked up. There's some fucking buggy codes, and there's more than six of you.
But it is funny if in a way you could read it, you could interpret it that once we announced that we were coming to TFCon, the listenership went tanked.
Oh, yeah.
But whatever, it's not true.
Yeah.
People make business decisions based on analytics. If we were to have done that, we would have just committed suicide. That was our business decision. Anyway.
So lots of these animators, there's so many I can't go into it really, but lots of the animators went on to do Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, a bunch of other Japanese like anime and stuff. My girlfriend is really into anime, and I'm kind of perfunctorily into it. Like I like Akira and Cowboy Bebop, Vampire Hunter D. And
I like just the
Big
art.
O.
I love the art of anime. I don't love the style of storytelling and
sometimes
some of the tropes.
There's a lot of exposition,
and that's a cultural thing probably. But I hands down always love the art. The art is fun.
Yeah. No, I was just saying, I looked up to see if there's a definition of anime, and it's kind of vague. It just means in the Japanese style. So, yeah, but it's kind of like
in the Japanese style.
the cartoon equivalent of a conservative's view of obscenity. I know it when I see it.
Right, yeah. It is funny though. You like so much modern, even American produced animation. I think is influenced by that.
Well, also literally created in Japan.
Right, well, sure.
Like we outsourced it
Korea.
in South Korea. Yeah. So after that, we go to the in-between animation checkers.
Yes.
And the in-between animators.
King me.
And oh god, I'm gonna do the in-between animators first.
But no, wait, hold on. Do you think those are Akira Sato? They're Japanese, but they're in Asia. Do you think they're playing Chinese checkers?
Oh god damn it! Now that's the one, Caleb. That is the one. You did it.
It just takes time.
You did it.
Yeah.
Oh, much respect. That is way better than Ryan's.
It's not better.
Like shea butter.
Shea butter joke. Shea
How
butter.
dare you? How
Wait,
dare
what
you?
was it again? Shea butter.
Shea Guevara butter.
It's revolutionary. It's not. I prefer Fidel Castro butter.
But that doesn't make it. That doesn't. That's no pun.
No, Fidel Castro butter. It puts homosexuals in prison.
It is a great. Yeah. Well done.
Anyway,
please continue.
Oh boy. Okay, so the in-between animators, I'm going to do these guys first. There were so many I can't go into it, but I'll give you like a high overview. They're in the sandwich of animation. They're the in-between. They're like the meat, and then the key animators are the bread. They animate basically all the action shit. They're the ones that give the illusion of motion. Most in-between animators draw, quote, on twos, which means the action takes place at 12 frames per second, film is shot at 24 frames per second, so animating on ones is for very fast motion, and so on twos is for normal motion. In between animators, they don't really get the glory or the prestige, but it looks like more fun to draw. Aaron, I'm thinking in particular. Well,
I could see where the fun lies at the extremes.
Well, I was just thinking of the time, I don't know if you remember this, but we watched I don't know how we were watching some Simpsons animation in slow motion, and it's Homer emphatically pointing, and as he does, his head goes back and elongates.
You catch it's kind of like that moment in Transformers the movie when Devastator smashes who's the Brontosaurus Dinobot?
Sludge.
He smashes Sludge on the spine, and his fucking eyeballs pop out of his head. That's probably exists for maybe 2 frames of animation, and those are definitely on the keys, right?
Yeah.
I would say those are extremes, and but at any rate, that's why I think that's probably where you catch that stuff more. Like the in-betweeners aren't making eyeballs randomly pop out of people's head, basically.
Well, yeah, and to some extent, the digital software nowadays eliminates in-between animation. There's a term now called tweening, which refers to automatic digital filling and rendering in between frames.
I've seen relatively easy to acquire cheap software that lets you do, probably for people in advertising or just don't want to pay top dollar for animation for their purposes, but it's basically fill in the gaps, or you probably create a line of motions because everything's done in Flash, which is it's fortunate and unfortunate. There's a lot of good Flash animation, Archer is wonderfully rendered.
Oh yeah.
But it doesn't have the spirit of traditional animation. I'm not going to go all full John Kay for a number of reasons, but I do love the feel of old animation. New animation does feel a little less soulful, at least in the execution of it, but I'm not going to also hate on it either. There's a lot of good things going on.
We're going to take a real middle ground stance.
Well, no, what I mean is I think shows Family Guy. Family Guy is one of those shows that I feel like you either put your foot in the ground and you're like, I fucking love that show, despite the fact that it is poor character design. It's not the best character design, but the character development is great, and the storytelling and the writing and the jokes are great. And I don't know, a lot of people hate on Family Guy, and maybe all I'm really doing is saying, come on, really?
Come on.
But just animation in general has gotten cheaper via using Flash and other probably.
But it is arguable that it allows creators, a lot of creators who wouldn't otherwise be able to make their stuff to do it.
Right. So exactly, I feel like storytelling has gotten better as a result, while at the expense of animation,
I could agree with that.
But I don't think that's a bad thing. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
I like good storytelling, but I also like beautiful animation, and those backgrounds on those old Hanna-Barberas and things like that.
You are going John Kay.
The modern,
no, it's true. They're beautiful.
Great.
You're talking about the mid-modern.
The mid-century modern stuff.
Yeah, they embrace that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's probably part of why pop culturally mid-century modern people care about that aesthetic so much.
I think that's why Ren and Stimpy was
totally
a renaissance of that.
John Kay. Coming back to John Kay.
Yeah.
Sorry, world.
Yeah, he's a real piece of shit.
But anyway, and even before he was kind of and I don't know if he's been to court or anything, but I would get I'm going to go ahead and side with the victims on this, but just as a grumpy personality in the world.
He does seem sour.
Take all the other stuff around that isn't proven, is still kind of floating out there and maybe is true, and I'll probably lend towards it is. But yeah, he's just always been an asshole.
He's just a sour man.
In my opinion. Just to put that...
Hey, by the way, all these are our opinions.
Allegedly.
He's an alleged asshole.
So what's our next section here?
I need to do
are you still
in between animation checkers.
Finally.
And I'm going to mispronounce...
King me. I want the taquito.
I hate this. I quit the podcast. I'm probably going to mispronounce these names, but Akira Sato... Hiroshi Abe and...
You want me to do this?
Yeah.
Where are they?
Right here.
You've got Akira Sato, Hiroshi Abe, and Ryukichi Yoshizawa.
Thank you.
Very good.
Oddly, there
Where
is
are we? What are they?
they're the animation checkers. The
Okay.
in between animation checkers.
Okay.
Basically, they're like there's not a lot of work on IMDb for these people. Mostly just in between checker work, and that's it. So I don't know. Maybe there's like a curse, like thinner, but it's like obscurity.
I'm wondering if some of the people that are based offshores, particularly eastern side of the world, just don't get their information populated in IMDb.
It's
'Cause
possible.
I found that across the board as well. Like people who are definitely Asian, I'll say probably Japanese, would have the credit and they would have 3 credits, and they would all be like Hasbro properties. It would be like G.I. Joe the movie, Transformers the movie, My Little Pony the movie, and that's it. And it's
I've
like
got some stuff
I know
to
you
say
didn't
about
go.
that
I know
later.
you didn't go to college to get 3 credits.
I know, but I think that IMDb is pulling from specifically like American-related stuff sometimes. I think,
Probably.
too.
Well, it's also it could be like pseudonyms. Like they
That's true as
names
well.
change all the time.
Like because it's
like-
probably tied to the unions somehow. I don't know.
I would imagine, and I was.
It
gonna-
sounds like a conspiracy
I was
theory.
gonna talk-
It's tied to the union.
I was going to talk about this a little later. I think that probably over on their side of the pond, in that circle, I'm sure that they're very well known. But just
Right.
because of the information that we're basing our research on,
Right.
it's limited.
Well, and maybe they're not well. I mean,
Maybe they're not
knows who
well
a
known.
final animation checker is, whether you're fucking
I'm sure that
from the United States or
I'm sure that in
Asia.
I'm sure that in their industry over there that they're a house name.
right.
Maybe.
Well,
I'm trying
and
to give them some more
I
credit.
haven't.
I would say all these people are at the top of their game.
Yeah.
I haven't even described what they do, but basically they're like the supervisor for the for the in between animators, and we all know how fun that is to be
Supervised?
You're not doing your TPS reports, Brian. You're away from your desk a lot, Brian. Stop jerking off in the fern, Brian. This is not about me.
I'm gonna let you have that sequence.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me do that.
Welcome our new co-host Brian.
That's all I got.
That took you through back. Oh wait, no, are we at background art? Caleb, is that you?
Yep.
Well, please proceed.
Sure. Okay. Background animators. Yeah, essentially background artists and background painters. They realize and line and color the backgrounds.
We talked about the Hanna-Barbera stuff.
Exactly, and like even our final credit sequence here, you've got the background of Cybertron and outer space, and so they're doing all this, and they're taking that. They're looking at storyboards and they're creating these backgrounds based on that. The background art director, there was a handful here. Robert Schaefer, he is well known. He worked for backgrounds for Hanna-Barbera, Ruby Spears, Universal, and Disney Television Animation. And
Ruby Spears sounds like a porno name.
I don't know. And probably of
Sounds
most
like a restaurant chain to me.
and probably of most interest to our listeners, he did Marvel Productions, where he also drew and painted on G.I. Joe, Transformers, and Jem. He's got a lot of credits, starting in the early 70s as a background artist for Fritz the Cat.
I have a Fritz the Cat guy as well.
Yeah, Jabberjaw, Super Friends, Heathcliff, Scooby-Doo, Robotics, Transformers the movie, G.I. Joe the movie, Jim, Alvin and the Chipmunks, Dino Riders, The Real Ghostbusters, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
Dino Riders.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Tiny Toons, and Muppet Babies, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, The Legend of Tarzan, Mulan 2, Fox and the Hound 2, Jungle Book 2, Cinderella 3. So I thought that was hilarious that they called it Cinderella 3. But it so essentially...
Really creative title.
So
She fell asleep again. I woke her up
got
again.
He got hired by Disney later on, and he came in as a background animator for like their directed DVD, directed VHS.
Ruby
stuff.
Spears starring in Cinderella 3-Way.
He did. He's really accomplished. He's really talented. He did backgrounds for movies, including Dune, Conan.
When
he
we're
did a lot
talking
of
about
heavy
background
metal.
movies for a movie like these live action like Dune, Is it like what is that? What they call it, where you do a background and it ultimately the foreground gets superimposed on top of it?
I don't know what it's called, but you get the idea.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
You know, it's essentially the background,
Right.
which is what he's
Hey, seems to be a specialty.
He got his start in the '60s as a title designer, which is doing lettering.
I love that.
And
Saul Bass was a great title designer.
he then jumped into he did all kinds of stuff. He even wrote lyrics for the theme music for an episode of Lassie in 1971. He was a background illustrator, art director from Disney.
This guy is the Alan Thicke of
Yeah, he did a lot of
animation
stuff.
world.
He's now an independent animation professional. He painted keys.
Okay.
A good example of his work on a blog I found showing his key for the interior of the Terrordrome in G.I. Joe the movie. You can pass that around.
Wow, Caleb really he is more prepared than he has ever been.
So I have something to say about background keys based on this blog. Background keys are not used in the final animation. They can be without color or fully painted and are an overview of what a location, interior or exterior, looks like.
Okay.
Generally, they come before the storyboarding stage so that the storyboard artists know what a location looks like before planning and drawing the scenes and shots in and around that location. Keys are used as a reference also for background artists and background painters who will then fully realize in line and color the backgrounds needed.
It feels like a lot of work for something you're not going to use.
Keys are like, to give
Quick
you an
studies.
idea
They're
of
studies.
their study of, and then the background artists use that, and the storyboardists use
The
that.
background art, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love it and it's great, but background art, I would assume, has to be made in a fast way as well, right? Like, it's not like you get to spend a couple days or a week on a background
I guess, but
piece.
the guys do. Even if it's done very quickly, these guys are really, really good at their craft. They make it look good.
Right.
I make this look good.
So his credit, Robert Schaefer, we're talking about here. His credit in G.I. Joe the movie is background art direction, and the whole background unit on that production of the movie is they've got a background supervisor, 3 background art directors, a background designer, 9 background painters, and 1 background coordinator. That's more robust than Transformers. Some of these folks were in the States at Marvel Productions, and others were in Japan at Toei. A few uncredited ones may have been elsewhere in Japan and Korea.
I'm curious how that relationship worked. Obviously there was a lot of collaboration east and west on this project.
I think so.
And I just wonder okay, the Asian unit's gonna work on this scene, and we'll work on
The
this.
Asian unit also sounds like a porno name.
Oh, Jesus
Everything
Christ.
sounds like a porno name.
I might just be horny.
Yeah. So anyway, that leads us to the other accredited background art directors for Transformers the movie, who one of which is Japanese, Takeo Sawada. Not as much about him, but his credits include Hoyoyo Space Adventure, Final Yamato, Odin, Transformers the movie, and Digimon the movie. Some of his animation cells can be found online at the Akihabara Art Gallery in their Toei animation collection.
Is this why you had us watch those videos?
Not yet.
Okay.
That's coming up. But then we got another guy. So the next guy, Dario Campanile, or Campanile. This guy is interesting. He was born in Rome. He's Italian, classically trained painter. He hung out with Salvador Dali.
Whoa,
Sweet. In the 19th, so yeah, his artwork kind of has not exactly surreal,
Also porno.
not exactly surreal, but like fantastical looking.
Surreal painting.
All right, so metaphysical.
Okay.
So he in the 70s he came to California to get a feel for the art world and try to break into the art world in the U.S. His artwork was well received, and the owner of a gallery in Beverly Hills offered him a one-man show. This show apparently was really successful, and it introduced him to collectors from the movie and music industry, as well as bringing him offers to paint book and album covers. His artwork caught the eye of actors Valerie Harper, Carl Weathers, Cheech and Chong.
Carl Weathers, yeah.
Cheech and Chong, Herbie Hancock, casting directors and writers who collected for him. So therefore,
So you had a lot of high quality benefactors.
yeah, and so he was an artist in California in the 70s. So in '86, after working in LA for a while, he was honored to be chosen from hundreds of artists to create the 75th anniversary logo for Paramount Studios.
Yeah, Aaron just pulled that up. And you have a printout of
when
it.
you see that mountain in Paramount Studios,
Wow. That's his work.
He's the one behind
Nice.
that, and so
That's incredible.
yeah.
You did so much more justice to your people than I did to mine.
Some of them are better than others, but of mine. Some of mine are,
And Dario is definitely cream of the crop.
He looks like Britt from Flight of the Conchords.
no.
He does, but more masculine.
He's very Italian looking. Yeah. He moved. So in the 80s, he moved. He's
I
still.
love this one of a tiger sort of walking over a naked woman. I'm assuming this is his work.
Yeah.
But they're all floating over a waterfall.
You can see his strength in background animation.
Oh, yeah.
On this stuff, like he's really got a touch for it. He's got the touch. So
I like his people renderings as well.
yeah. He started an art gallery in the late 80s in Carmel, and then he moved.
The tiger naked lady theme is
It's prevalent.
Is his work.
He currently, I think he lives in Hawaii and is illustrating these days. Somewhere,
Worst places to be.
somewhere, it's interesting that I did not find any discussion of him doing background art, but in the middle of all this, in the late 70s and early 80s, into the 80s, he did background art for Scooby-Doo, Yogi Bear, Super Friends, the Super Globetrotters, the Fonz and Happy Days. Yeah, the Fonz and Happy Days gang, and finally the Transformers the movie, where his surreal metaphysical style works well.
This is a badass piece right here. It's like almost
He's
sort of
really
like
good
a
at clouds.
mountainscape and a canyon, and it's like a person is sort of embedded into the groundscape, and you just see their head emerging and their feet.
I could see
emerging.
that on a Trapper Keeper.
You can see that. That's the truth.
That's
the truth.
Very like if it's not Lisa Frank, it's this guy.
Yes.
He was in that era where that kind of stuff was really very popular.
Even I even love his still lives. His still lives are really cool. But I really love his renderings of men and naked ladies and naked men. Like
He's good.
It's a very it's surrealistic. You can definitely see the dolly piece of it. But I also love the contrast.
The light,
like
the
light.
use of light and shadow is great.
Playing with light
Exactly.
and dark. All right, man. Great,
So-
good get, Caleb.
So yeah, very good talent on Transformers the movie
Absolutely.
for background. Those are just the directors. So
Here we go.
so there was the assistant background designer Tadaomi Shimokawa. He started in the late 60s as a background artist for Pyun Pyun Maru, Space Warrior Baldios, Beast King Golion, Choriki Robo Galat. I don't know these, but I'm saying them in case there's probably people out there like, oh yeah, like that are really into anime.
Sure.
Dragon Ball Z. He did other anime for the Toei stable. I figure a lot of these guys are, like Toei. Maybe I'm making an assumption.
That probably makes sense. I mean,
like
you
Toei
had your
stable.
strategic partnerships with your Japanese business partners,
Mm-hmm.
and Toei seemed to be basically doing a lot of the hard work.
And the reason that I'm making that assumption is because a lot of these other Japanese guys have a lot of similar work that they worked on. Like
exactly.
Kazu Ebisawa, lots of background art for anime, UFO Robo Grenadizer, Tales of Zestiria.
Right. They're all a part of the same company.
Fist of the North Star, Akira. But this guy also did Animaniacs, Tiny Toons, Transformers the movie, Final Yamato again, G.I. Joe the movie, Toshikatsu Sanuki, similar, Gugu Ganmo, Dragon Ball Z, Final Yamato, Transformers the movie, G.I. Joe the movie. I think that the success of Transformers the movie, G.I. Joe, and other U.S. animated features contracted out to Toei during this era is a testament to their extraordinary ability and aesthetic. I think that a lot of your films during that time, animated, where you had these guys that had been in Japan that had been doing these really awesome animated movies, came in because just for a short period of time, Toei allowed those guys to be involved in American productions, and then they
cut them off.
They cut them off, and and it's too bad, but but for us anyway. But those guys, it was good. So anyway, that's my takeaway from that part. Next, we've got the background department manager, Ryuichi Sugimoto.
This is the saddest title I've ever heard.
He probably played a lot of in-between background or animation checkers. You got Ryuichi.
You gotta get a couple more bites at that apple.
Ryuichi Sugimoto background department manager. He was the production manager on Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon. He worked on Fist of the North Star. He also was involved in the Louis Vuitton superflat monogram movies from the early 2000s. Artist named Takashi Murakami. I sent you guys that to watch. That Louis Vuitton had in the early 2000s had a thing they put out there where you could buy their bags and had like these illustrated flowers on them with a smiley face. Japanese super flat. Super flat's like a philosophy of like looks flat, but there's more to it than that.
Okay.
I'm not doing it justice describing the aesthetic, but anyway, he was involved with that.
What is it? Japanese super flat?
Yeah.
Oh, this is cool. So it's almost like taking recognizable images. The guy that did the Kanye West graduation album cover, I think, is Takashi
Murakami.
This guy is like
he's the shit.
he's a superstar.
He's known as the
He's a
Japanese.
superstar.
He's known as the Japanese Andy Warhol.
Yeah, he did a Kanye West album cover. His work is great. I would love to get my hands on it. It's very pop culture.
Oh, absolutely.
Very clean anime influenced, but I feel like it's vector based, or I don't know. It's hard to say, but
it mashes up different digital and hand illustrated animation when he does actual animation.
Graduation, I think, is the Kanye West album. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry, I was searching for that.
That's okay. When he does animation, which they put together what I would call a movie. It's an advertisement for Louis Vuitton, but it crossed over into avant-garde art. It mashes up different animation styles and techniques together, and that's part of the super flat philosophy.
It looks cool. It's compelling to me.
Yeah. So
I have a hard time seeing it on my wall, but
sure.
But it's cool.
Yeah. So that's Ryuichi Sugimoto, background department manager.
Part of that scene.
So yeah, he got involved with that scene. Oh, I'm still going. I've got the chief cameraman. And what is an animation cameraman? Well,
I was just gonna ask that.
I found 4 descriptions of that. First of all, the animation cameraman operates a special camera to make animated cartoon motion picture films. They place the background drawing on a horizontal easel over which the camera is suspended. And they position the transparent celluloid slide on which animation has been drawn over the background and covers it with a glass plate. And then they expose the frame of motion picture film and repeat that process over and over again. And
horrible.
They have to regulate the exposure and aperture to obtain the special effects such as fade out and fade ins.
They probably work with people like who I'm going to get into, the color key people, because you gotta make that color right, man.
That's right. So he's taking the keys, the background animations, and the in between animators and all that, and they're putting that all together.
No, I get it.
Shooting it. There's a camera, Ryan, and it's okay. So the chief cameraman for this movie was Masatoshi Fukui. He was also a camera operator for Final Yamato again, Galaxy Express 999, Odin, Transforming the Movie, Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, and Digimon. Then you had the animation cameraman Masaru Banzai. He did Final Yamato, Odin, Transformers the movie, G.I. Joe the movies. He did a Sonic CD video game. He did Sailor Moon. And he also was involved with the Superflat monogram. Then there was a Yukio Katayama. Same stuff. Galaxy Express 999, Final Yamato, Odin, Transformers the movie, G.I. Joe the movie, Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon. After reading some of these, I feel like I need to check out some of these films, like Final Yamato, Galaxy Express. These are all movies, Japanese anime from the late 70s and early 80s. And I saw some clips of them. They're really great. And I think it was awesome that Transformers the movie was able to capture, again, some of the talent for that film. Final Yamato. I know I've talked about this before.
Sure. Yeah. It's coming up.
Final Yamato is an 83 Japanese. I want to talk about this for a moment.
Please.
Final Yamato is a Japanese anime science fiction film, and it's the 4th theatrical movie of the space battleship Yamato saga. It was shot in 70 millimeter print, and it had a running time of 163 minutes.
Wow.
Jesus
making
Christ.
Final Yamato the
What if we were covering that minute by minute?
it makes Final Yamato the longest running animated film ever made.
Wow.
163 minutes.
What is that translated? I can't do the math.
What do you mean?
Into hours.
Over 2 hours.
2 hours and 23 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. That's long by any movie standard.
Yeah. And so what's interesting is the space battleship Yamato, if you want to bring up an image of that.
Sure.
How similar what really captured me is I'm into World War II history. It looks so much like a real battleship that I decided to talk a little bit about the actual real battleship Yamato. Mm-hmm. And I have a picture of the real battleship Yamato. You can see all of how many turrets this thing had.
Wow.
This was a battleship built there. So there's the space battleship.
This just makes me think of Midway 1943, that video game.
Yeah, Battleship Yamato was a battleship built for the Imperial Japanese Navy shortly before World War II. She and her sister ship Musashi were the heaviest and most powerfully armed battleships ever constructed.
Wow.
Displacing 72,800 tons at full load and armed with 9 46-centimeter Type 94 main guns, which were the largest guns ever mounted on a warship. Damn. And she had 9 of them. Named after the ancient Japanese Yamato province, Yamato was designed to counter the numerically superior battleship fleet of the United States, which was Japan's main rival in the Pacific. She was formally commissioned a week.
Just that circle of guns.
I know.
Look at this.
It's insane. She was formally commissioned a week after the Pearl Harbor attack in late 41. Throughout 42, she served as the flagship of the combined fleet.
You got to commission that before you.
That's what I was going to say. I'm like, you guys really should have jumped on that.
They started construction on her in 37.
Oh wow.
She was
So she was
commissioned.
put into active duty.
They launched her.
So she was done.
They were
Production
done.
was done.
Yep.
Okay.
They launched.
I was thinking commissioned to be produced.
Because you would not want to arouse any
Start that
suspicion.
project.
So
I guess
they
that
declared
makes sense,
war
okay.
and then they launched her. The only time that Yamato fired her main guns at enemy surface targets was in 44 when she was sent to engage American forces invading the Philippines. So anyway, by early 45, the Japanese fleet was depleted and badly hobbled by critical fuel shortages. And in a desperate attempt to slow the Allied advance, Yamato was dispatched on a one-way mission to Okinawa in April 1945 with orders to just simply beach herself and then fight until destroyed, protecting the island. Because there wasn't enough fuel to have her run around. They were like, all right.
So she just became basically a fucking turreted bunker kind of thing.
That's right. But the task force that she was part of was spotted south of Kyushu by U.S. submarines and aircraft. And on the 7th of April 1945, before she could beach herself, she was sunk by American carrier-based bombers and torpedo bombers with the loss of most of her crew.
That's right, our boys took her out.
I can't help but make comparisons between the battleship Yamato here and its comparison with the space battleship Yamato and the USS Enterprise, where you've got like the carrier Enterprise, and then that was inspired to be
Sure.
Like a space vessel.
Enterprise has been the name of many ships.
The Japanese had a lot of national pride for this, and it's interesting that they took that historic ship and translated it into a successful
longest
science fiction
by time movie.
Yeah, so
I don't know what other measurement you'd do longest by, but
my dick.
Saucy.
So that is all for me for that section.
Where does that take us to?
Model color key.
That's me.
The Battleship. Just one. Whenever you sent us those videos to watch, Caleb, it just made me think of in the 90s there was a cult called Om Shinrikyo, and it was in Japan, and they used anime. They made anime movies to like recruit people, and it was Shoko Asahara was the guru of that, and they made their own sarin gas and released it on the Tokyo subway and killed 5 people.
That was those guys.
Yeah, it didn't get a lot of coverage because it was the same.
I remember it being in the
It was
news.
the same day as the Oklahoma City bombing, but they made their own anime movies, which was Om Shinrikyo is a crazy story. All right, sorry, go ahead, Aaron.
That's okay. No. So we're going to move on to the model color key. And it is interesting hearing you guys. Like, I didn't do research into any of your stuff. Because nobody has time
I like
for that.
to be surprised also.
But it's interesting how it all ties together. And the color key artists are definitely pivotal in tying all this together because basically the whole look, visual, color, tone of the film is derived by these people. Like the sort of like they make decisions on just like the color schemes and also the lighting. Like they in addition to being skilled background painters, the color key people also know, like, it's their job to know how the lighting is going to happen, and like not just how it works on the screen, but I think functionally working with the camera people and the lighting technicians to make sure it translates well when it's photographed. Okay. So they set the mood of a scene by developing color schemes that would be appropriate for a scene. So city siege in the daytime, that might be like their project that gets handed to them. And then they got to figure out how to make that look good and compelling and cool. And I'm sure they have ideas for that already, but they have the creative liberty to kind of push it. So the depths of a SharkTon pit. What if you were handed a memo?
No context.
What color should this be? Nighttime on a junk planet. So at any rate, this was the duty of Phyllis Craig, and she passed away in 1997. And in addition to this movie, she worked on 79 episodes of the series. So she wasn't just a movie
bulk of the series, dude.
She was the color person for the series. She was the one. Wow. She got her start as an ink and painter in Disney. She worked on Peter Pan, Lady and the Tramp, Sleeping Beauty. She also worked on a ton, you guys will love this, of Garfield stuff, including Garfield, His 9 Lives, and Bobby's World, The Critic, The Simpsons, King of the Hill, and The Twisted Tales of Felix the Cat. Everybody's got their dark, seedy, pervy history.
Fritz the Cat.
Oh, maybe I confused that. I was thinking...
Yeah, Felix the Cat is way different.
What is Felix the Cat?
He's just a cat. He's a cartoon cat.
Oh, I was thinking this whole time that it was the thing that your guy was.
Felix is a cat.
The pervy stuff.
I'm just a cat being a cat.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you weren't alive in the 80s, there was a dirty cartoon that I saw on the shelves of the rental store all the time called Fritz the Cat, which was just like... a weird, dirty, like, furry
Well, it was
movie.
R. Crumb. It was based on an R. Crumb character who, I don't know, it was probably Ralph Bashiki or somebody like that, like, in the 70s, got a hold of the property and decided to make a pervy, I never have seen it, but I remember it being in the video store. Yeah. So Ryan's mom worked at a video store in our hometown. And so Ryan had all the access to the hot vids.
I stole a videotape of Basic Instinct when she worked there, and I used it for masturbatory purposes.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you clarified. But Fritz the Cat was always on the shelves. And as a person that was always a fan of animation, I was drawn to it. But then when you flipped it over as a person entering adolescence, you're even more drawn to it because there were illustrations of voluptuous kitty titties.
If cat tits are your thing, this is your jam because they are all over.
And I don't know anything about the character but R. Crumb kind of has that sort of like his sensibility is very I don't know, like what's the word I'm looking for?
He likes
libertine,
libertine,
if you will. Sure. So at any rate, but his drawing is awesome. I love R. Crumb.
Phyllis Craig, not associated with Fritz the Cat.
I really thought she was.
I love that outlier. She works on all this.
I fucked that up big time in my head.
You know, Felix.
So that brings us to the ink and paint team, and so. Caleb, I did not do the job that you did, and I only had 2 people to cover here, but we'll assume they were for Toei. And I'll say their names to give them due. Masatoyo Ogura and Hiroshi Kosakai.
I think it's probably Kosakai.
Yeah, Kosakai.
Hiroshi Kosakai. Very fun to say, and I apologize if I fucked that up. So at any rate, back in this time, you had your key and your in-between animators, and they do their job with the pencils, basically, right? They're pencils on sheets of paper. And the ink and paint people, it's basically their job to translate that sketch on paper work to the actual animation cell. Okay. And so, and when we talk about a cell, do you know where that, why it's called a cell?
No.
Tell us.
Yeah, I want to know.
Basically, it was celluloid was the material that the transparent material that they used to put these drawings on, and it's very flammable, and they
Yes.
I don't know if any animation studios burned down over time and it became a thing, but
I guarantee that they did.
But basically, the drawings are tested, they're synced with soundtracks, they're approved and cleaned up, and then the cleaned up drawings go to the ink and paint team, and they put it on the cell.
That just made me think of the Ink and Paint Club in Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Well, I'm sure that is.
I get that joke now.
But basically, they transfer it to the cells, and then it goes to photography. So actually, I guess here we go. Ink and Paint supervisors. I do have a little bit on Marianne Stewart. She worked on G.I. Joe, My Little Pony, as well as Dino Riders. This won't be the first time that she worked on the animated Book of Mormon. She's not the only person that worked on that.
I thought you were going to say Fritz the Cat.
Along with Muppet Babies. Wild West Cowboys of Moo Mesa. Have we brought that up?
Yeah,
before?
I know, but I know what that is.
I don't know what it
I don't know
is.
what that is.
It's basically cows as people, as cowboys.
So anthropomorphic.
It's very weird.
They're literally
cowboys.
They're literally cowboys.
Yeah, yes.
They are actually cowboys.
Yes. It's real. I don't even know where I came across that, but I haven't done that in a while.
So she also worked on Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, and this one was compelling to me. Kid in Play, which was a Fat Albert style show, humor and positive messages for kids, but starring, instead of obviously Bill Cosby and his garage gang of garbage people, Kid and Play. Kid and Play. Just nice, wholesome college kids. One of them's a little edgy. One of them's kind of a good boy.
Those movies, the live-action Kid and Play movies, made
House
enormous amounts of... Yes.
Oh, yeah.
House Party made huge amounts of money.
I saw House Party probably not long after. I mean, it never came to the theaters in Springfield, Missouri, but I remember when it came on HBO. I recorded it because it was before another thing I wanted to record, and I ended up watching it, and it became like boiled into my head from a pop cultural standpoint. It became one of my favorite movies of all time.
I like how things in your head are not burned in, but they're boiled in.
I've got a sous vide brain. So her supervisory counterparts to your guys' conversation earlier, Kuniko Murata and Junko Furuya. I think they're either pseudonyms or, again, it's just part of, like, they were part of whatever company. Like maybe they were the Toei counterparts. And but they only have 3 credits to their name, and all of those credits are very hardcore anime centric. So and really that trend continues when you get to the inkers and painters. One of the things that was very interesting to me is that the painters, I think with no exception, are all females.
Huh.
I don't know what that means or what that is about
you're right.
the skill or the task, but it just so happens they're all females. I don't know if, and most of them are Eurocentric names. I IMDb'd a handful of them, but I'm not going into any of them here. But well, I just didn't. I'm sorry.
Yeah, none of them seem to be Asian.
But multiple names here also worked on the animated Book of Mormon. Multiple names here worked on The Secret of Nim. Lots of Disney afternoon stuff. So I mean, a great crop of painting team here.
Debbie Jonsbrook.
Yeah, Myrna Gibbs, Marta Squara, Robin Draper, Britt Vander Nagel. A lot of still syllables there. Britt Greco, Chris Brown, Harriet Rosal, Heidi Shellhorn, Leanne Douglas perhaps, Hannah Powell, Debbie Jorgensborg.
And to be clear, that not the Chris Brown who beats his wife.
No, it's with a K.
Chris.
So that's the painters, and now we get into the. I'm also responsible here for the color checkers.
Oh God.
Do you have some add on here?
No, checkers.
The checkers.
They never stop playing checkers. I mean, everybody. You get onto a movie set. Don't even break out your own pieces.
It's against. Yeah, I think the unions insist on that.
You have to use the union pieces. Yeah. So I couldn't find a definition of color checker or Xerox really as
a checker, Second time I've made that joke.
Spinning the checkers on their finger, like the nunchucks were.
Yes.
What I would have been
What
a
a
pause.
ridiculous-
I'm gonna pause and go back to that. That's a great visual gag. But how did that even come? And I'm referring to what year did that come out? Like 1989, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Movie, a live action movie, and the Michelangelo character meets up with a member of the Foot Clan in a
Who
brawl,
has nunchucks.
and he has nunchucks and does some fancy nunchuck stuff, and they have like a nunchuck off, don't they?
Yeah, but
they have a chuck off.
It's basically like a dance, like a dance off, but with nunchucks.
And so they do that, and there's a lot of fancy chuck work on both sides. But Michelangelo is somehow declared the winner because he has the ability to spin nunchucks like a basketball on his finger.
On the
his
chain. The
his
chain
index
is
finger.
spinning on his finger.
The chain is the center point of that, and because he can do that, everybody decides he is the best chucker. Like after all this fancy chuck work, and he does this doofy gag.
Fancy chuck work.
I learned recently that the Secret of the Ooze #2, they didn't want the Ninja Turtles to use their weapons at all. So if you watch that in that context, that's why the fights are so shitty. Because they wouldn't let them use their weapons.
Kicking and punching?
Yes.
All right, well. So basically the color checker, as far as color checker is more of an instrument, honestly, in the research I've done. And it's basically you've got a color key, and that's basically, it's printed material that has the colors, and basically those represent the way you want to see them visually. And so I basically think the color checkers, it's their job to kind of just monitor and calibrate color as it is
Keep it
filmed, and
consistent.
how it translates onto screen.
Well, they missed a few things whenever the people randomly change colors.
Yeah, but that's true. But so I would assume that today in the modern world of animation and computers, that is kind of done automatically as a person works on it. So I imagine that's there probably is somebody who's like consistency in color is a thing, but it's probably one person as opposed to a couple people, and I would imagine the animators can just do it.
It's like
a la carte.
It's like auto levels in Photoshop.
Yeah. So and that brings us to Xerox, and actually it's funny that Xerox. I don't know if these people, Virginia Creamer, Bill Hudson. Actually, let me shout out the color checkers, Kazao Kinugusa and Hiroshi Morita. The Xerox people, I don't know if they were employed by Xerox and contracted out to work on this movie,
what it is.
or if they are just like you had technicians that just know the Xerox machine. But let me give you a little background because the Xerox machine saved Disney animation.
You don't say.
I just did.
Oh shit!
I want to know.
So honestly, the Xerox is responsible for creating new efficiencies in the animation industry that basically helped make it more financially viable.
Really?
So basically, it kind of all started around the Sleeping Beauty era of Disney.
3.
And honestly, Sleeping Beauty, if you were to watch it, it is a high watermark in terms of
Style.
animation, style, and just technique and consistency, and was an amazing artistic achievement. And unfortunately, it was a bomb. And so it was like it took 6 years to make that movie, and it bombed so badly that it nearly sunk Disney Studios.
It was
Interesting.
I've seen specials on it. It was a huge undertaking. I mean, they put a lot of planning and meticulous hand.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
surprising.
and it's very mid-century modern.
It is.
Speaking of that, like it's very like stylistically, like
Yeah.
it probably ingrained in a lot of the people that developed that style throughout the 50s and 60s. Or like, I think Sleeping Beauty was a reference point almost.
Yeah.
Like
It's
it
surprising that's so like it's such a huge part of Disney canon now that it was that it was a flop. at the
Yeah,
time.
yeah. Well, so Disney had to lay off, I did the math on this, 86% of its
Jesus
animation
Christ.
staff after this. Their animation studio went from 551 people to 75 people.
Holy shit!
And basically, I can't remember. I don't know enough about the history of Disney, but Roy, I'm assuming he basically was probably Walt's right hand man, and definitely, certainly an executive, but he begged Walt to drop animation. Like, let's just make live action movies going forward because this just
we all know how good those are.
Fucked everything up so badly. But Walt Disney, animation was his thing,
and
right?
Nazis.
So, I'm not getting into that. So he wouldn't have that shit. And so after you had Sleeping Beauty and 101 Dalmatians was their next film in the pipeline, and essentially where Xerox comes into it, and they actually did use it a little bit on Sleeping Beauty in some places, but basically from a production standpoint, you have your ink and painters who you've got the sketch guys and they sketch it out on paper, and your ink and painters literally will paint on the cell and using the sketch underneath as their tracing point. Well, the Xerox basically said, we don't need ink and painters. We're going to use the Xerox machine to transfer these sketches directly to the cell.
Okay.
And then we can just have the painting go underneath it. So you basically cut out an entire step of the process, a very labor-intensive step.
Yeah.
And your sketches are just translated. So basically, that's kind of how, in general, animation, like the look of it became sketchier, for lack of a better word, because you're taking these pencil drawings, and that's what you see as your outline on screen, as opposed to these like nicely painted outlines. So it just became a little rougher, and that's. Some people might argue that would cheapened the art form, but I would say it just developed it, just created it. I mean, they created a new look. And so if you were to look at a movie like, just to compare Sleeping Beauty or Snow White or Pinocchio to 101 Dalmatians, you would very starkly see the differences in the outlines. It is very apparent, like how that works. So anyway, that was the role that Xerox played in changing the animation industry, and so. I assume these people were either the technicians. They probably were technicians. I don't know if they were employed directly by Xerox or by whatever.
In my research on Dolby, which we'll get into, I think maybe on the next episode, it seems like they were contractors, from the company.
Right. So that brings us to script continuity, which I think is Caleb.
Yeah, that's right. Script continuity, Yoko Okamoto. IMDb only lists Transformers the movie, and I can see why.
Wow.
I kid.
Feels like a shot fired, but I don't know exactly
absolutely.
how or at who.
Because there's no continuity in this movie?
I kid. Based on our script deviations in multiple animation studios, this movie had to be a bitch to maintain continuity, and maybe they quit after this.
What is the difference between the Friedman to the final screen? Anyway. Yeah,
lots of differences.
So that was this was their only role. Is that what?
Based on IMDb, and so I made a joke about it. I didn't find anything about them out of this, and I thought maybe they got in here and did it, and they were like, "Fuck this," and quit. They're like, "I'm not doing this anymore."
Or they were executed.
That's literally all I have about.
It was an honor killing.
Yeah.
They brought much shame.
Yeah.
Oh, Yoko, I'm very sorry
Yes.
by the way for this conversation.
They may not have existed.
As it turned out, this movie, I feel like holds together. I don't feel like there's really any continuity errors.
Well, I don't know what the
Other than
final
a couple-
script looked like. It's just like there's so many like, oh, hey, those guys are dead and now they're in this scene, or like.
That's all. I'm poking fun.
Sure.
It is, but that's the only thing I could find on Yoko Okamoto. So I just decided to make a joke out of it.
Well done.
So, but then we have the shipping coordinator.
That's you.
That's also me. We have Kevin.
That's also me.
Kevin Shaw. He was the shipping coordinator for Transformers the movie and My Little Pony the movie. He was also a checking supervisor for Dungeons and Dragons and Muppet Babies.
Oh, Dungeons
So-
and Dragons.
What are they shipping?
Well,
Just like stuff? The stuff of animation?
Here are some essential functions
Oh,
of a shipping coordinator.
Wait
in
for it.
In the film industry. I'm glad you asked. Here's some essential functions, not limited to, but
Okay.
including loading and unloading freight.
Okay.
They may run pick lists or other related documentation. They pick and package orders as needed. They transport inventory to proper locations. They create and maintain processes and instructions for shipping. They assist in preparing, wrapping, and labeling pallets and shipments. They inspect outgoing shipments for proper packaging. They schedule shipments. They may order shipping supplies.
Do they get stamps?
They probably get stamps.
That brings us to our sponsor, Stamps.com.
Yes. Depending on the division, they may operate a forklift or pallet jack. They maintain a clean and safe work area. if they're good at their job, follow established safety and ergonomic standards. And then
Gotta be OSHA.
I love the idea of him just coming and being like, "You're not sitting right here.
Yeah.
Getting some back support."
so they're a guy that's just
Warehouse.
Yeah, they're handling making things shipped around.
Well, there's only one guy.
I'm sure it's like the head guy, and he had
Yeah.
a team.
Why didn't his team get? I mean, it feels like everybody else's team got
Well,
name dropped.
we will
Why
talk
didn't
about
your
that
team?
at the end of the next episode, where I talk about the end of the credits.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's.
All right.
I mean, I'm not. That's
on
all.
to that.
Yeah. So he did some of that. That's basically what a shipping coordinator does.
Gotcha. Thank you, Kevin Shaw, for making it happen
Yeah.
on behalf of Transformers the movie. That brings us to technical advisors. Ryan, that I believe is in your
It is.
ballpark. Did you
I-
do some research
I did. I like how
on every single one of these people?
on our outline here,
Oh,
Aaron
God.
wrote technical advisors, parentheses, there are a lot of these.
Are you
and
gonna,
there are.
Are you going to read every single one of these people?
Like their names?
Yes.
No.
Okay. Good.
No, go look it up. I don't want to
Yeah,
read all
yeah,
those
good.
names. Oh, to quote Wikipedia, a technical advisor is an individual who is an expert in a particular field of knowledge, hired to provide detailed information and advice to people working in that field. Basically, that's pretty much what you'd imagine. So, what would a technical advisor be on Transformers the movie? And the answer is, I don't know after researching it, because
They
I
could
was-
be working in the shipyard with Kevin.
Yes.
I was hoping for a treasure trove of. There are 48 names on this list, by the way. I looked up every single.
Why are
name.
Bob Prupus and Steve Schwartz noticeably separated? I'm
They
assuming
are
they're
up
the
top
head guys.
and separated, maybe. Well, I don't know, because I looked up every single name, but it seems like everyone had only 1 to 3 credits on IMDb, and they were technical advisors for this movie, My Little Pony the movie, and G.I. Joe the movie. Which, by the
Hasbro
way,
crew.
sidebar, those are all Hasbro movies, and they're all the name of the property, the movie.
Yeah, I came across that a lot as well. A lot of Hasbro people work together on this. And what's up with that trend? I feel like it went beyond that too. I feel like, I don't know if it's kicked off a trend or was part of a trend of just like blank
The movie.
But
Sure. I want to say that there's very likely that, and I could be wrong, the technical advisor is a catch-all for people that by union rules or some kind of obligation, you need to throw their name
they
in there. in the credits.
participated
That's
in
not
an
the case.
undefinable
Nope,
sense.
nope,
Oh,
not.
never mind.
No, because again, we'll talk about that when we get to at the end of the credits.
Okay.
Just a little note: the end credits are not. There's no rhyme or reason. There's no rules about it. So we'll get that into detail at the end of
Okay,
the next
all right.
episode. But anyway,
We should probably get to that.
it's just like, is technical advisor a way to launder money? I don't know. Is it nepotism? I don't know why they're listed on here like this. Truly, the only person I found with anything other than this was Mike Riley, who, in addition to being the technical advisor in Transformers movie and G.I. Joe, was in a 1987 movie called Berserker, which he played the titular Berserker. It is available in full on YouTube, and no one is caring to remove it. I watched a lot of this.
Was it any good?
No!
Even in a campy way?
It's
Was it any good?
well, okay. It's based on the Nordic legend of the Berserker, who were these warriors that fought in a trance-like fury. And on this movie, it's some curse from a Viking boat that landed in North America in the 10th century. It's pretty slow and terrible. Like, it's not bad enough or crazy enough to be enjoyable for that reason, and it's not good
It's
enough
not good enough
to watch.
to be good.
Yeah, it's slow, boring, and bad. Which this seems to lead credence to my theory that they were just technical advisors are just friends of friends. I don't know. Listeners, are you a technical advisor? Do you have friends? What happened?
I would call Mike Seibert at the very least a technical advisor.
He's on
of
our
this
technical
show.
advisor credits. There you go.
I mean, I feel like he's much more, but we'll at least chuck you that title.
And some of these sound made up, like Bob Darcy, Sid Good, Carl Fritz. I don't know. That's all I got.
Just because you don't understand
Ryan
names
Jett.
of yeah.
Coming at me.
Wow.
Come and find me, technical advisors. That's all I got on those guys.
Okay. I think that brings us to the end of the episode. And we probably should kick through it because we have a time constraint to get our next one. So
This was a 2-hour over the.
hey, you know
It's
what?
great.
We
It's
were
good
worried
stuff.
about this, and it
Nope.
turns out it's
Not at
more
all.
fun than
I was
expected.
never worried.
Honestly, the pressure's off. I don't have I don't have to really. I don't feel like I have to like curate
Care?
anything.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I woke up at 9 on the dot.
Welcome to my world.
Oh God, it's so beautiful.
Yeah, it's nice.
Hey everybody, keep listening to the show. I know we're closing out we're getting close to the end here. And
yes.
Don't unsubscribe. We'll have more stuff.
I would say I'll take the opportunity
Someday.
to say next episode as well. Like we aren't going to be publishing at the cadence that we have been. I think that will slow down somewhat, but I think we're going to continue. Well, it's not think. I know we're going to continue to meet up. Probably, I would say at a minimum monthly. But I don't know that there's going to be. We'll figure out a regularity.
Until we figure out more on what we're really going to do.
Yeah.
I mean, we may go back to this pace, but for now, we need some sabbatical.
Yeah, I think that's a great way to put it, and I think that I don't think we're talking about a long sabbatical, but I do think that as it comes back up, it'll be more centered around certainly Transformers as the basis, but I think special topics and things that are tangential to Transformers but related. Like I could totally see us doing like a G.I. Joe the movie thing.
I would like to do a mini series of G.I. Joe the movie.
I want to have a whole series where I try to track down Ron Friedman from the manuscript.
Oh, yeah.
I've paid him.
I'm outside your door, Friedman. Give me that book,
I know
you
you're in there.
bastard.
So, at any rate, we've got a lot of ideas, and we'll come together, and it'll definitely. I mean, it'll all be related to Transformers, if only tangentially, and Transformers the movie. But we're definitely not going to like start reviewing toys.
I did want to ask you guys, and I
Not
kind of...
that I love.
I mean, I could try to do that. but
Actually, I would love a Caleb Reviews.
Oh God,
YouTube
It's-
channel.
I got
Just your big ass thumbs breaking shit.
your sausage fingers.
I play piano.
That is actually,
What?
you should be able to figure it out like those Rubik's Cube kids that can, like, with their eyes
His
closed
hands are
in
just
one
a
hand.
blur and it's transformed.
It literally goes when you do it, and you do it that fast. But luckily we're evergreen, and this podcast isn't
Yes.
centered around. That's a phrase I just learned.
Really?
over podcasts over TFCon weekend, and so that doesn't mean you can't help us grow by touting the podcast
And buying our merchandise.
and buying the
Please,
merchandise.
I need a car.
So please continue to listen to the show on iTunes and do not unsubscribe because we will continue to produce
I
content.
thought you were going to say find you.
iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and TuneIn. There's, of course, the social media presence, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, all of them at APODcast. And then our web presence, autopoddecepticast.com.
Yes.
And I would love more ratings. I would love more subscribers. Don't unsubscribe. We'll continue to
We
put
said
out
that
content. And
Maybe go back and listen to some of your favorites.
yeah, or just just continue to be our friends. I think the people that we've met as a result of doing this are special to us.
Yeah, it was great to meet everybody. It was really...
it's really fun.
just the environment and meeting everybody who was so nice, and we're all there for the love of this in different iterations, but it was just that was the first con I'd ever been to, and the whole thing was top to bottom wonderful. I loved it.
And it's fan run. Like there was nothing like I mean the corporate element is obviously it takes business to make it happen, but it is an interesting community, and the third party scene is an interesting thing. As a person that collects third parties, and this is very tangential, and I'm going to wrap it up really quickly, but there's some drama there as well.
Oh.
There is.
I don't really
Oh.
Yeah, business practices.
That's interesting.
Maybe that's a special topic for later. Bye, everybody.
Okay, bye.
Bye. We'll just have a weird start ending.
Let's do it.
That is going to be tough to edit.
Cybertron!
Brussels, where we sell good.